If you're nearing retirement, there's one risk that could quietly devastate your financial future, even if your average returns look great on paper. It's called sequence of returns risk, and it's one of the most misunderstood dangers in retirement planning. Today, I'm going to walk you through how this risk works, why it matters the most in the first 5 years of retirement, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself from it. Before we jump into the video, my name is Ryan Knoll. I'm a certified financial planner and founder of NavWealth Partners, a financial planning firm that helps clients nationwide make smart money decisions. Let's jump into the video. So now I want to illustrate sequence of returns risk with a brief example. I want you to imagine there's two retirees who both average a 6% rate of return over a 30-year retirement. One of the retirees sees gains in the first 5 years of the retirement, and the other, they see losses in a few of the first 5 years. Even though they average the same rate of return over the same time frame, the one who faced losses may run out of money earlier. Why? Because when you withdraw money during a downturn, you're locking in those losses and your portfolio will have trouble recovering from it. This is in essence sequence of returns risk. It's not just your average return that matters, it's the order in which you get those returns and how you withdraw your money. And for retirees withdrawing their money from the portfolio, poor returns early can have compounding negative effects. So why is this so dangerous? Well, let's say that you retire in a bear market. Your portfolio is down 20%, but you still need to withdraw $50,000 to live on. To do that, you need to sell more shares than you normally would, at lower prices. Now, when the market recovers, you have fewer shares left to benefit from that upswing. And if that continues for a few years, your portfolio may never fully recover. This is why the first 5 years of retirement are often the most important. Your withdrawals during this window can often make or break your retirement success. But there is some good news. With proactive planning, you can hedge against sequence of returns risk using several smart strategies. Let's walk through a few of them now. One of the most powerful tools we use with clients at NavWealth Partners is the guardrail withdrawal strategy, sometimes called dynamic spending. Here's how it works. You start with the target withdrawal rate. Let's start with the standard 4% withdrawal rate from a portfolio. But instead of sticking to that number no matter what, you adjust based on market performance and inflation. If markets are up, you might give yourself a small raise. If they're down, you might want to pull back on spending so you don't invoke sequence of returns risk. You also want to factor in inflation. So if inflation came in at 2.5% in year one of your retirement, you will want to adjust your withdrawals in year two by that same percentage point to account for the loss of purchasing power. So someone with $1 million portfolio who pulls out 4% or $40,000 a year would want to adjust that $40,000 by 2.5% or make it $41,000 in year two to account for inflation in their plan. In years when the market is up, we can further adjust that number upward by going through a sensitivity analysis of outcomes given the higher withdrawal. In years that it's down, we typically would want to edge our withdrawal down and go through that same sensitivity analysis to make sure we have the same probability of success within the plan. The guardrails create flexible spending frameworks that keep your plan resilient even in a rocky market. The next thing you want to do is something you should be doing leading up to retirement, and that's using a cash reserve to insulate your portfolio from short-term volatility. Think of this as your personal paycheck. Before retirement, your employer sent you one every single week that you worked for them. Now you can create your own by keeping 1 to 2 years of expenses in cash or a high-yield savings account. When the market drops, you don't touch your investments. You simply withdraw from your cash buffer and wait for markets to recover. And when markets are going strong, you refill that cash buffer by selling appreciated investments. This is reverse dollar cost averaging, and it works beautifully to mitigate sequence risk. You also want to consider all the tax ramifications when you sell to refill the buffer. Make sure you are building this into your Roth conversions and capital gain or loss implications to minimize your overall tax liability. The third thing that you should do to mitigate sequence of returns risk is to utilize a bond ladder or an income annuity to give you a predictable income stream during your retirement. So here's how a bond ladder works. You purchase a series of individual bonds or CDs or a combination of the two that mature over the next 5 to 10 years. Each year, one bond matures, giving you access to cash without needing to sell stocks. Bond ladders give you predictable income, often with better returns than cash, and reduce the pressure to sell equities when they're doing poorly. Even better is you can tailor the ladder to line up with your specific income needs, giving you a customizable safety net. You can also consider utilizing annuities at this point as well. If you crave a predictable baseline income regardless of the market does, an annuity could be an option for you. You can put a portion of your assets into the investment and receive an income stream for life. When used in conjunction with Social Security, pensions, and the bond strategy we just rolled through, investors can build a reliable income stream that works consistently in all markets. This consistency can help fight off bear markets while your growth assets have time to recover from the downturn. Sequence of returns risk isn't just about protecting against losses, it's also about positioning your portfolio to take advantage of market recoveries. And this is where strategic rebalancing, or the fourth step, comes in. Let's say stocks fall 20% while bonds stay relatively stable. Suddenly your portfolio is underweight in stocks. Rebalancing involves selling some bonds which have performed better and buying more stocks as they perform poorly, essentially buying low. This systematic approach allows you to stay aligned with your long-term risk profile and makes market downturns a buying opportunity, not just a setback. Finally, one of the most often overlooked strategies is what you do before retirement or during those downturns. Those are Roth conversions. If you retire at 62 and delay Social Security till 70, you may have several years of low taxable income. That's the perfect time to convert traditional IRA money to Roth money at a low tax rate. And why does this help? Because later, during market downturns, you'll have tax-free bucket to pull from instead of selling your IRA or 401k assets. That flexibility can help you avoid withdrawals from your portfolio while it's temporarily down. And if you do not need to pull from your traditional IRA or 401k yet, you can convert it to Roth dollars. So let's walk through an example where the market pulls back. If you had $1 million now and now it's worth $800,000, by shifting a portion of your portfolio or the remaining balance to Roth at that point in time and being more aggressive with those converted dollars, you can move a bigger percentage of your portfolio earlier. All the recovery then will happen in that Roth account as you pay less in tax over time because the traditional balance was not as high and it was not as big on a percentage basis. This is the perfect time to get the asset location side of things correct and reap the rewards as the market recovers. Roth conversions are more than just a tax strategy, they're a risk management tool. So to recap now, sequence of returns risk is the danger of experiencing market losses early in retirement while making withdrawals. It can permanently derail your retirement plan even if long-term markets are strong. To hedge against it, you want to consider a few things. First, guardrail withdrawal strategies, a cash reserve of 1 to 2 years, a bond ladder and annuity to create predictable income, rebalancing regularly, and Roth conversions before required minimum distributions start during those down years. The key theme here is flexibility. The more sources of tax-efficient income that you have, the more diversified your withdrawal strategy is, and the better protected you are against the timing of market returns. You can't control the market, but you can control how you prepare for it. Sequence risk is real, but with the right planning, you can neutralize its impact and retire with confidence. If you'd like help building a resilient plan that stands up to market volatility, that's what we do every day here at NAV Wealth Partners. Please reach out via the link below or subscribe to the channel to keep getting these weekly tips. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.